To make a change, you must first understand why a change is needed. In the 2008 presidential election, the nation's eligible voting turnout was 61.6%. Although this is quite high compared to other presidential elections, is it high enough? We say no. We would like to bring to your attention that 58.7% of younger eligible voters didn't vote. What if they did? Could we have had a different president right now? So this brings us to our main question. Why do most younger eligible voters not vote? And how can we take a step to make the change in younger eligible voting turnouts? How much do you actually know about America? The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
298.
435.
100.
Voting members, 30.
250.
The correct answer is 435. How many U.S. senators are there?
100.
100.
U.S. senators? 100.
There are 50 something.
100.
100 is correct. We elect a U.S. senator for how many years?
Oh. 2 or 4? 2 or 4? 6?
8 years?
6. 6 years.
4.
6.
We elect a U.S. senator for 6 years. What is the supreme law of the land?
Supreme law of the land. Oh my gosh. The supreme law of the land. U.S. Constitution.
Supreme law of the land. I have no idea.
Constitution.
What do you mean?
Don't mess with Texas.
The Constitution is the right answer. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens?
One responsibility only for U.S. citizen. Was it to, like, you live, you die, and you pay taxes or something?
To vote.
Right to vote.
To vote?
Right to vote.
Answers will vary, but to vote is the most common answer. Have you voted in any elections?
Yes, I voted 2 days ago, and then I voted 2 years ago, and then 2 more years ago, and then 2 more years ago. No, I have not.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think one vote can have an impact?
So that's always like the big question, like who am I as one person to actually change like the course of an election? I mean, my answer is probably like no, then yes, because no, it doesn't really feel like that one person can actually make an impact. But what if like 100,000 people are like, oh, I can't make an impact? Then you take the voter turnout and just totally diminish it. So yes, although it doesn't feel like it, I think that it does.
Yes.
I don't feel that I know enough about the elections to vote yet, so.
Yes.
Why do you think younger eligible Americans choose not to vote?
I think the young Americans, like, and you see this in other aspects of life too, are just disinterested. Whereas back in the day, I think that we really did have like conservative or liberal or Democrat or Republican. Now you have much more independent thinkers and much more disinterested or disengaged people. So I think so much of our society is really with that disengagement, and therefore we just don't really care. We don't really feel like our vote has counts at all, and so it's just
They don't care about the politics, or they are too lazy, or they might just not want to.
because the exact same reason as me. They don't know enough about it to vote yet.
Well, they're uninformed, or they don't think their vote's going to count.
Because they're illiterate.
For those of you who thought your vote doesn't matter, look at this. In the 2000 presidential election, the state of Florida was the most deciding factor. George W. Bush had 2,912,790 votes. Albert Gore Jr. had 2,912,253 votes. the difference of 0.01%, which means Al Gore needed a little over 400 more votes to have won Florida. Of Florida's eligible voters, 44.1%, or 10,530,130 people didn't vote, which could have been the difference in this election.
It's crazy.
Really?
Well, I think if more people voted, it would be an easier decision, a more solid decision as far as who won the election.
That's 0.1 difference. That's crazy. So, my one vote would have counted in that circumstance.
I thought that more Americans would want to vote.
Earlier we stated that to make a change, you must first understand why a change is needed. The problem is, younger eligible voting turnouts are not high enough. The solution is you. Take the step, make the change. Pledge to spread the word to vote.
I pledge to spread the word to vote.
I pledge to help.
I pledge to spread the word to vote.
I pledge to spread the word to vote.
I pledge to spread the word to vote.
I pledge to spread the word to vote.